My mom is a crazy woman. In a good way. Mother's Day is just around the corner, so I thought I would make a video telling funny stories because I love telling stories, and there are so many funny stories about her because, like I said, she's crazy. So, let's get started. The first story I would like to talk about is a time we were helping one of the elders of this church we used to go to help him and his family move out. The power was out at the time, so the elder told the people helping out about the bathroom situation, and my mom, like an insane person, randomly said, "If it smells, let it yell. If it's brown, flush it down." And you have to understand this. She did not say this to an ordinary group of people. She said it to a bunch of sheltered Christian homeschoolers. It was silent. Nobody laughed. I'm pretty sure some of them were like, "Who is this devil spawn? How dare she corrupt my children with her words? The power of Christ compels you. Send her to hell." My mom continued, "Oh, so you're big boy. Just go out and do it in the woods." And one of the kids was like, I don't want to do that. Me and my brother were so embarrassed that day and told mom when we were leaving that probably wasn't a good thing to say in front of them. And she responded, "Well, these people pretend that people don't pee, poop, and have sex. Well, guess what? Everyone pees, everyone poops, and everyone has sex." Mom at one point said to one of her friends when we were camping, "You know, I think God put me in this world to give people a reality check." And I could kind of see that because mom's all about keeping it real. The next story takes place during some sort of event on Halloween where people made jack-o'-lanterns and displayed them on the railings of this bridge that went across this lake. And mom saw one of them and said, "Oh, this is cute." And this douchey hipster comes up to her and says, "Oh, yeah, cute. Yeah, right." I don't know if this guy was trying to be funny or he was telling my mom she was dumb to have that opinion. Either way, mom was not having any of it, and she put on this smile where she was trying to hold her anger, but you can clearly tell, or at least me and my family could tell. And she said to him, "Well, people have different preferences on art, you Chapel Hill hippie." And there was this guy that heard her say that, and he just died of laughter. What is a Chapel Hill hippie, you might ask? Go to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and figure it out for yourself. The third story I'm about to discuss is one of my mom's embarrassing moments. So if you're familiar with the musical Hairspray, you would know about Edna, who is a female character that is played by a man. And my mom was curious on where the costume designer found the fake boobs they used in their production. So when mom went into the lobby, she happened to notice what appears to be the costume designer from behind, and she went up to her and tapped her on the shoulder and asked, "Where'd you get those boobs?" And she turns around, and yeah, it wasn't the costume designer. It was a different woman with yeah. My mom, being so embarrassed about this, quickly explained the situation as to why she asked that and thought the woman was someone else. This is one of the stories that mom would tell a lot of her friends, so I thought this deserved to be in this video. I was going to tell 4 stories in this video, but my mom brought up 2 other stories that are related to the final story, which is they all take place in Disney World. The first story is when I was a little bitty boy in a stroller. We went to go see the parade at Hollywood Studios, which at the time it was called MGM Studios. Gosh, that makes me kind of feel old. Here's the problem though. I was asleep the entire time and woke up when it was over, and I asked mom where Buzz and Woody are. And my mom, who was dedicated in making Disney World the best trip I could ever have, she rushed to the end of the parade and tried to get people out of the way in order for me to see them. And I don't think she was successful, but at least she tried, which shows how awesome she is. Before I discuss the next story, I have to bring up something about myself. I'm in the autism spectrum. If you're not familiar with this term, go Google it because I don't think I can explain it that well. But I can tell you what some people like me have on the spectrum is sensitive hearing and severe anxiety. Loud noises make me anxious, and you know what's loud in Disney World? Fireworks! I don't like fireworks. Not only are they too loud, but the feeling of the sound waves makes me very uncomfortable. So when I was little, we were in Epcot, and the fireworks show was about to start, and mom was trying to get us out of there, telling people, excuse me, coming through, excuse me," while I had my hands covering my ears yelling, Is it starting? Like my life was on the line. It's like we knew a bomb was about to go off and we were trying to get out of there while the crowd didn't know anything about it. The final story I want to talk about takes place in the World Showcase at Epcot. We were waiting in line for Mary Poppins when all of a sudden, this old lady was walking and somehow she tripped and fell. Mom, being shocked about this, rushed towards her and picked her head up to see if she was okay, and the side of her head that Mom put her hand on was pouring blood. And my mom was shocked, not only because she was bleeding, but the fact that she's got blood on her hands. I don't remember who it was, but somebody did tell someone to get a doctor, and nurses and doctors came from every direction like secret agents waiting for the opportunity to strike the criminal. Thankfully, they helped her, and she was fine, all was well. Now, this wasn't a funny story, but I wanted to talk about it, not only because it was a pretty shocking thing that happened, but also to show that mom is willing to be helpful as much as she can in those situations. One thing I can say about mom is that she makes life interesting, and a lot of friends really like her. I even meet customers at my job who know her and tell her how awesome she is. I'm thankful to have a mom like her. She can be fun sometimes. She has taken me to places like Disney World and events that I care more about than her. Sometimes I like that she doesn't give a darn about what people think, even though she has embarrassed me, like dancing in a Walmart because she saw the Michael Jackson documentary on the shelves. I also like that she does love me and cares about me, because we need people to love us, especially our parents. Well, that about ends my Mother's Day video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the moms that watch my videos, or any of the viewers' moms, have a good Mother's Day. I would like to hear funny stories about your mom in the comments. Anyway, ending the video now. See ya.